Hi there, and welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno, and today we'll be creating another watch face based on the LCARS computer interface from Star Trek. I'm sure you have seen a lot of watch faces based on this concept. If I search for LCARS watch face, you'll find a lot of images and concepts based on this computer interface from Star Trek. And I have developed such a watch face a couple of years ago. And now I would like to revisit this concept and trying to create something better. So this was the image I had on my old watch face. And I'm going to use it as a concept. You'll notice that it's kind of blurry. We want to build something better. And you'll notice that it has some imperfections here. So I'm going to build one from scratch. All the shapes you see here will be made on Facemaker. And the whole watch face will be made on Facemaker. So I gathered some material, some references for us. One of them is the reference image we'll be putting on the background. We have a small animation, a animated GIF that we'll use, and another animated GIF so that we can extract some elements for it. So stay along for the ride. I hope you like it. Okay, so let's start Facemaker, and for this specific watch face, I'll use, let me see here, let's go with GT3, and perhaps choose the Elite variant. Okay, so let's use this one, okay? This watch face should be perfectly compatible with GT4 also, but you can convert into any other round watch from Huawei by using the converter, okay? So let's start, and for that, here on the background main container, I'll have an image. And I'm just gonna drag and drop images because I find it to be easier for us. And there you go. We have the image pasted here, and now we can start building. So let's add an image, and we'll create the first shape. So let's go and try to create the basic shapes. I'll press generate, and I'll create this one here. Okay, let's start with something simple. So I believe that is 4 or 5 pixels, maybe 4 or even 3. Okay, there you go. And now I will pick that color there. And just for the sake of making this simpler, I will remove all the gradients we have stored. So remove all and add this one, okay? We'll create a new palette for this watch, for this specific watch face. And there we go, we have the element there, and now we can simply make it bigger. And I think I'll go with 5. So rather 4 pixels high. Okay. Now, it seems to be perfect, so we'll call it done. Go and create the next one. So generate, and here I'll pick that color. And this is great that we can store all these colors here because we'll be using them later for the numbers and all the digits for the hours, minutes, and so on. So I don't know, we'll go with 40 for now. And now, let me see here, oh damn. Okay, so 40. It should be smaller, so let's push it down and zoom in, and I'll lock it because that way we won't have that border you see there. Okay, so this should be perfect. So let's set the height. There we go. And now the width. And let's call it done, I guess. I would like to see the guidelines, so let's enable them and push this to the left, hide the reference. I want to see if this is located in the same place. So, and it's not. Okay. It was actually a good thing we enabled it, so there you go. And we can call it done. Now we'll proceed, enable the reference, and now let's create some harder shapes. So I'll start by creating this structure here on the left. So let's add an image, and as usual, press generate, and we already have that color there. So let's try and put it in the right place. So I believe 25, yeah, 25 will work. Okay, let's go with 25, and this is done. Okay, so now I'll do it differently. So now I am going to duplicate this shape here, lock the other, and now all I will need to do is resize this one because we're trying to make this. Okay, so let's go with 20 and then put it in place. And by the way, we can straight away add a fill color, I guess. So let's search for it. So fill color, there we go. And now we can pick that color there and add it to the favorites. There we go. Now let's resize it. Just like that. Place it. And if we hide the reference image, we can compare what we have. And I believe this is good. So let's apply the transformation, the resize, and we're done. We can now continue. So now we'll tackle this shape here, okay? And for this, we have a tool called Vector Draw. So let's enable it. And by the way, to enable it, you need to add an image and then come in here in this button and select Draw Vector, okay? So now let's start creating the control point. So I'll add one here and press Control Alt, just so we have this. The angles are limited to 45 degrees increments, okay? And this way we have straight lines. So Control Alt and click, and now I'll go all the way to here, 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 and okay, we might need to tweak it, so, and there we go. Now we can simply click here and then drag and drop this one on the first control point. Now I made it this way because now we have some control points and we can create that curve. So let's start by defining this one here. And don't worry that it's not the same. We can tweak it now, so by pushing this. And it doesn't have to be absolutely in the same place. I mean, we have some right for creativity and create whatever we want, okay? So as long as it has this curve, it will look good, okay? So There we go. I believe this will work. We could try and make the curve exactly the same by pushing this and then pushing this one up right there, but I don't think it will be necessary. Okay, I think this will work perfectly. So now we can fill it, hide the control points and see what we have here. And I believe this will work perfectly. So let's call it done, save, and there we go. We have that shape. So now we can crop the content and apply a, let's go with a fill color. Since this is a simple color, as you can see here, there's no reason for us to add a gradient. So I'll just pick this orange color, add it to the favorites, and we're done. There we go. And now if we hide the reference, you'll see what we have here. Okay, so this is coming along quite nicely, and I think we can continue. So let's create more shapes. This one, for example, is simple enough. So let's press generate. Take care of the width, something like this, and then we're done. Let's push it down. Yeah, there we go. So something like that should work, I guess. Okay, and now for the gradient. We already have that orange color, so all we have to do is select it and call it done. Okay, now let's create this shape here. So this is a matter of adding images, generate them, or creating a vector and then filling it and giving it a color. And in the end, you'll hopefully have all the needed shapes for this watch face. So now I'm creating this shape here. And by the way, to have a preview of the line, you can simply press Alt, okay? Keep the Alt key pressed, and now we click. Now we press Control Alt to keep the straight lines. And there we go. And now let's close this shape here by drag and dropping there. Okay, so now we have a complete shape. Just need to tweak this curve shape here. So like that and like that. And now let's tackle this one. And there we go. Now hide the control points and fill and see what we have. And this will work wonderfully. Okay, so let's save, lock, hide, and apply this color here. But first I will crop the content, okay? Remember to always optimize your images, because in the end you will have a, no, we don't need to pick the color. We already have it stored here, so all we need to do is click it. Okay, and there we go. This is now done, and we can proceed. Now let's take care of this more complex shape here. You'll notice that it has different colors. So I can create this with one single element, and then cut it here, remove this part, and then apply different colors on each side. Let me show you how we can generate these images. So let me add one image here, and first I will try to match the start coordinates, so this corner here, okay, and try to match it with the shape we want. Now we press generate, and I believe it's almost the correct width, but I want to create it wider. So So let's go beyond what we need. And I believe this is perfect. And yes, it's on the same, exactly the same spot, okay? And this is what we want. So now I just need to tweak the height. So let's go ahead and make it smaller. And there we go. Just like that. And now that we have this shape, we can simply go into the effects and add a rounded corners effect. And there we go. Now to tweak this value here, instead of dragging, picking it and dragging it, you can simply click it and then use the arrow keys. Just like this, okay? So I believe this value is correct. So let's use it. And I made it wider than what we needed because the rounded corners applies rounded corners to both sides. So if I hide this element here and the reference, you'll see that it's rounded on this side too. So we now have to cut all the excess shape on this side. And you can, I think you can see it there. I believe I have different orange colors, but it doesn't matter. We can change it in the end, okay? So right now, just focus on creating the basic shapes. So now we need to cut this off right here and this part over here. And for that, we can simply add an image, press generate, and let's use a different color just so we can you know, distinguish between the shapes. And let's make it smaller. Let's go with 40 and bring it down. I'll place it here. And now I need to place it exactly where we want to cut, okay? So I believe 1 pixel to the left should be perfect. And now let's make it smaller. So right there, I guess. And yes, this will work. Okay, so now we have this shape and I'm going to clone it, okay? And move it to the right. Up until there, okay? We want it to be in the same spot as this guideline. So I'm going to use these two shapes I have just created and cut them from this shape here, the orange one, okay? So right now, all I need to do is merge these two and we have this shape and we'll use it to cut out that those shapes from this one. And for that, we can simply click this, merge down and subtract. And there we go. We have exactly the shape we needed. And now, in order to make the other ones, all we have to do is clone it and pull it down. Right there. Clone it and pull it down. Now remember, we're just creating shapes. We just need the shapes. We'll take care of the colors later on, okay? So right now, just focus on creating the shapes. And we have them. This is exactly what we need. So I'm going to crop the content. I should have done this before I cloned them, but now it's done and we can now proceed. So you'll notice, as I said earlier, let me hide this. Okay, let's go with this one. This is one shape, but it has two colors. So it has this purple and this brownish color on the right side and purple on the left, or violet. So we need to create these colors and apply them to a single shape. How do we go about doing that? Well, usually I go with a gradient effect. And what the gradient allows us to do is have one color on this side and another one on this side. And this is perfect for this purpose, okay? So let's hide the shape for now and click the gradient picker, okay? And now let's select this color and pick this one. Select this control point here and pick this color right there. And now we can simply click here and then click this violet color and add a stop there, okay? And now all we need to do is tweak the placement and we should have a perfect, or rather, I need to rotate the gradient, okay? So now you can see this is perfect, okay? And now all we need to do is do the same for the others. So this one here, so let's search for gradient. The colors are different, so we have to create a specific one for this. So that color, rotate, and now click this control point. We have this color stored on memory, and now we can click and add a new point here. There you go. And now click this control point. We have this color stored on memory, and now when we click, we use that color, okay? So I think this should be perfect. So let's enable the element, and there you go. Now I think this is absolutely perfect. And let's go for the last one. So this one here. This is a simple color, or so it seems. So I'll go and add a fill color. It will be simpler to do this. So there we go. We can hide the reference and take a look at what we have up until now. And well, I believe this is almost perfect. We just need to tweak some things here. For example, this spacing here. Pull it up. And there we go. This should work. Now let's enable the reference and tackle these shapes here. These will be more complicated. So let's go and add an image. Press generate. I'll go with 30. Obviously too much. So I'll place it there. Zoom in, lock it so we can hide the border and make it smaller. Something like that, okay? Place it in the right spot, or rather push it to the left until it's off screen. And don't worry, later on we'll be cropping it to the canvas. So all the excess image will be deleted, okay? So we have this now, and we can now go into the effects, add a rounded corners effect, and increase the value. So I believe something like this is perfect. So apply all, and now we can simply clone, push it down, and clone, and push it down. And this one is already the right color, okay? So let's hide the reference, and I'll try and make these gaps the same. There we go. Now this is perfect, I think. Now we can enable the reference because I need to cut the excess from these three images. So now I am going to, well, I should have done that earlier. So I'm sorry. I'm going to delete these because I want it to be cropped already cut when we duplicate it, okay? So let's do that. Let's add an image, press generate, zoom in, and now I don't care about the size. I'm gonna size it manually because it's faster, like that. Let's remove the aspect ratio there. And I needed it to be another color, so I'm gonna give it a quick color here, just so we see what we're doing. And now just push it to the left, right there, and okay. I guess I will simply remove it from this one. So let's do that now. So add, or rather merge down, subtract, and there we go. We have the shape we need. So now we can simply clone it, push it down, right there, clone, and push it down. And I believe, let me see here, ID reference. Yeah, this will work just fine, I guess. You'll notice that this shape, while you can only see this, this is the real shape, okay? We have that excess pixels that we need to cut. So right now I am going to crop to canvas and then crop to contents. And that should take care of most of it. It's not important. This won't be visible anyway. So, you know what? I'm gonna take care of that right now. Let's push it to the right. So, here, or rather, let's do it like this. So let's push it to the left, right there, and then select crop to canvas, and then crop to contents. And there you go. So what I did was I put those pixels we didn't want outside the canvas, and then I cut the image to the canvas, and all those pixels were gone. Okay, this is one easy way to do it. So now I can put it in place, and now we can simply clone, push it down, clone, and push it down. Right there. Okay, so let me hide the reference because I think we can improve. Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, this way is tighter. I prefer it this way. Okay, so now let's show the reference and take care of the colors. So this one first, it will be this pink. I'm going to apply a fill color. So this is more of the same. I'll do it as fast as I can. So effects, fill color, and take that one. And finally this one. Oh, no, this one too. Okay, it's the correct color already, so we can show everything now. And you see what do we have there. Okay, so let's tackle these final shapes here, okay? So this one first, you'll notice that we should keep it on the same spot where it starts, here, okay? So I'm going to move this guideline here and put it there. Okay, so this is now done. Let's enable the reference, and now let's add an image, draw vector, and start drawing. So let's start here, Control Alt, and click, 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 and finish the shape by drag and dropping. Fill it and save. Okay, so now I am going to lock it, hide it, and add a fill color. And we could do this in the end. I mean, it doesn't matter. We only really needed the shapes to start with. And once we have the shapes, we can, of course, add the colors. So right now we have this, and we can add this shape here, okay? So let's add a draw vector, zoom in, and we'll try to place it in the same spot, exactly the same spot. So by right-clicking and dragging, we can move the image to the side. So right there. And here we can go off canvas, so outside the canvas, like this. And now move it to the left and create this last pixel. We might need to tweak it, so one slightly to the left, and then finally we can simply click and drag, and there we go. We have a finished shape. We just need to tweak this curve here. And I don't really like this original curve. We might go with something different. So something softer. Yes, I believe this will work perfectly. So save. This is now done, and we can lock and give it that color. So first we'll crop the content, go to the effects and add a fill color, and we'll pick that color. And we're very close to the end, so we just need that shape there. So let's do it. Add an image, draw vector, and I'll start here. Okay, so there and there, and you know, just try to make it work. So we can now fill it and save, lock it, hide it, and crop the content, and finally apply the fill color. Now they have different colors here, slightly different colors, and I'll go with the reference. It doesn't really matter. I think it adds to the, you know, to the overall look to have all these different shapes and these different tones of colors there. Okay, so I believe this is done, and we can now start adding more elements. So the reference watch face at the LCARS lettering here. So I'll do that. And for that we had an artistic text and write LCARS. LCARS, there we go. And this will be in black. Okay, so let's create a black color here. There we go, add it to the favorites. And now we need that LCARS font. And I don't think I have it installed, but I have a folder where I placed some of the elements I need, among them the fonts. So I have all these, the Okuda font. So this font is named after the person who created the font. Okay, his name is Okuda. And I have this alternative one here. So I am going to install them all. So let's go into the preferences, fonts, and click import font. And now I will go and select those fonts I added. So Sidekick, LCARS stuff, fonts, and I'll select all these with shift select, okay, and press open. And there we go. We have all the fonts for the LCARS interface imported in one step. I believe the perfect font would be this one or this one. I'll try them both. So let's go into the imported ones. Well, it's not showing yet. Let me select, deselect, and select again. There we go. So we have this one. Now let's see which one looks the best here. So, okay, I'm gonna lock it just so we don't have the border distracting us. So I believe this one is nice. Let me check the other one, the Okuda. Well, now I am not sure, but I believe this one, the one called LCARS GT3, is better. Now, of course, this is like for everyone. Everyone has a different opinion. So everyone will have a different opinion and use another font. Just keep in mind you have these two, and I guess there are others, but this one looks exactly like the one in the interface, I guess. So if we compare, oh, there we go. We have a perfect example here. So I believe this one is perfect, and we can maybe place it like in the reference. You know, we can do it the way we want. This is our watch face. And now I am going to place the Star Trek logo here. I didn't get an image before because I wanted to show you how you can do this. So I'm gonna search for Star Trek logo. There we go. So we need a black one, and perhaps have that circle there. I'm not really sure. Perhaps this one. Okay, I'll go with this one here. I'll copy the image, and then on Facemaker I'll add a new image. So image, and click this image preview here, click and Control V. So I'm pasting the image we copied from the internet. So now I'll resize it, so something like 300. And we have a problem. Now this image is opaque, so it has all this white all around. So what we can do is go into the effects and select the color to alpha. There we go. Now the white is already selected, but we can just make sure, and you can see that it's absolutely white. And now we increase the threshold. There we go. So we're removing the we're removing the white from the image. And now the image is transparent, but it still has some artifacts all around. I say this won't matter because I'm going to resize it, and let me show you here. So first I'm going to crop the content, and then I can resize it and place it there. Okay, there we go. Now we zoom out and lock it, and you'll see that you can't even see those white pixels. But I haven't applied the modifications, so I scaled it, but the image is still the original size. To apply the scale, I'll have to press this button here, the Apply Transformations. And look at it now. So no traces of the white pixels we had, and this will work perfectly, I guess, because this is a small element. So I guess this is done now, and if we take a look at the images we have as a reference, so let's go back into this one. There you go. So now we can start adding the hours, minutes, and all that. I won't go with AM here. Instead, I will put the seconds, and the AM will go here. Okay, so let's do just that. Let's go back into Facemaker and start adding hours and minutes. And for that, we had the time main container, and then had a image set. Select the hours, first digit, and press generate. So we already have the right font. We just can't see it because it's black. So let's go ahead and select the orange color. There we go. And now we scale the font. And remember to always generate the images down here. Don't generate them and then resize them up here, because here you'll be using an image that is a certain size. If you scale it up, it will be blurred. So create the image exactly as you need it down here, or the images. Okay, we're creating 3 images for the hour's first digit. Okay, let me see the alignment here. Well, I guess I'll go with this. Let me lock it. Perhaps pull it up just 1 pixel, because we want things to align, okay? This is the secret to achieve good looking watch faces, is to align stuff. If you have everything aligned, it will look much better. So our second digit, press generate and push it to the right. And we might need to grab these 2 and move them like this, okay? Alright, so we have this, and we can now, since this has 10 images, we can simply clone it, move it to the right, and use it as the minutes second digit, because the minutes second digit also has 10 images, 0 to 9, okay? And there we go. And now I will clone this one, push it to the right, just like that, and then I'll change the data type to minutes first digit and press generate. And there we go. You have to press generate because this specific widget, the minutes first digit, uses 6 images, so from 0 to 5 for 50 minutes, okay? So I believe this is done. Maybe we could push this one a little bit to the right and have the same spacing between them. This is important, okay? So this is now done, and now I will tackle the seconds. I will put them here, and now I won't use a image set, I will use an image combo. So the image combo can show the 2 digits in one single widget. If I press generate, you'll see we have both digits. So why didn't I do that here? Well, I could, and I could have aligned them to the right, this one to the right, and this one to the left. But I prefer to do it this way because I have better control over the placement, the separation between the numbers, okay? So now I need to make this one smaller, something like that. And let me see the colors we'll be using here. I'll perhaps go with this one here, or perhaps this one. Okay, so let's use that one. Perfect. Yes. So now this needs to be aligned to the center. And Huawei has this weird alignment for image combos. Center line is here. It centers on the center of the widget. So let me show you here. I had it this way, okay? So this is left aligned, and the left alignment is placed here. So this coordinate 357 by 199 is exactly here, okay? If I center align it, you will put the center of the widget on this coordinate. So take a look. There we go. So now it's center aligned, but it moves it to the coordinates, the center of the widget into those coordinates. So right now 393 by 254 is exactly here, okay? So keep that in mind, how the Huawei alignment, image combo alignment works, okay? So let's try and center this, and I believe this is perfect. And we can press preview now. There you go. I believe this is perfect. And we can now take care or tackle the AM, PM. So let's go ahead and add a image set. There you go. Select the AM, PM image set and press generate. Now I thought about placing it here. I'm still not sure, but I'll make it smaller, put it there, and now set the black color for the normal color and also for the selected color. Right there, okay? And for 24 hours, which is this one, I will display nothing, okay? So an empty image will be there. And so this is how it will behave. So AM, PM, and 24 hours, okay? So this is now done. We can now lock and proceed. So I think this is coming along quite nicely. I thought about what I would put up here. The reference image as something like atmospheric process, and I'll do the same. Okay, so here I am going to add an artistic text right there, and insert atmospheric process. So this should look like a one of those Star Trek displays. And this will show the atmospheric process on the planet or something. Okay, so let's choose the color. I guess it's that orange, that strong orange. So let's go with that. And there we go. You can now place it up here and zoom in and make it smaller. We'll just make it fit, okay? So something like this. Let's lock it and see what we have here, and I believe this is perfect. Okay, we can now proceed and start heading the weather, the temperatures, and all that. Here I will put the current, the max, and the minimum temperatures. Let me see how the original author created it. And I can see we have one extra element here, and we can do that. Fortunately, we haven't merged them, so... Oh, this is different. Well, whatever, I think it works just the same. So I'll go ahead and add current, high temp, and low temp. Right there, okay? So let's add more artistic texts right there. And let's write current, zoom in, and we'll try to match the same height as that element. So right there, and now match the font size. Okay, move it to the right, zoom out. And yes, I believe this will work. We just need that pink color right there, and done. Okay. Oh, and by the way, let's save colors on the favorites here, on the custom gradients, because we'll need it later for the temperatures. Okay. So this one is now done. We can now simply clone it and move it down right there. And clone it and move it down. Okay, so now let's try and match the placement, perhaps like that. Okay, and now all we need to do is change the text, so high temp, and this one low temp. There we go. And we now need also to match the color. So this one will be or rather this one. Okay. So this one is done, and this one here will be the orange. And I'm not sure, yeah, that's a different color. So let's pick it. Almost like salmon, I think. So, okay. I don't believe this is lining up perfectly, and indeed it's not. So let's try and match it. go. And there we go. Okay, now it looks perfect, I think. So now we need to add the temperatures here. So that's easy. We just add a widget main container, and then we had a container set the data type to weather right there, and now we had an image combo. And here we can select the temperature and press generate, and Facemaker creates the images for us. Oh, by the way, I now added a container, so I have to explain this every time I do it. Huawei has or uses containers. So containers can define the data type, but they are also a shortcut. So when I press this area here that I defined, the watch will take me into the weather app on the watch, okay? So keep that in mind. You should define the tap area. So when you tap this area, you'll be taken into the weather app, okay? And you can set it here manually or resize it like I did by using the mouse, okay? Just like this. So the container area is set. So we can now lock it, otherwise it will get in the way. Now unlock the temperature image combo, and it is here, I believe. And since before we created these artistic texts, now when I press generate, it uses the same settings, the same font size. And this is great for us because now we don't need to, tweak it. So now I'll try and match the placement. So the Y coordinates 61, and then we push it to the right, and we need to align it to the right. So do that just like this. And now let's select the color, not this one, it's this one. Okay, so now the temperature, the high temperature or the maximum temperature, and press generate, align to the right, or rather, I think, yeah, we're going with the right alignment because the numbers will always be here, okay? So keep that in mind. I will, of course, match the placement of the image combo on the right side, okay? So this is what you should do. And now the vertical position, you can, push it and match it, and it matches, so we can continue. So high temperature, and then the low temperature image combo, temperature min, press generate, and where is it? Oh, it's behind, yeah, it's behind this one. Okay, so let's zoom in and first try to match the vertical position there like that, and then push it to the right and match the placement on the right, okay? There we go. Now I forgot to set the colors, so it doesn't matter. We can do it now by going into the effects and adding a fill color and just picking those colors. So this one here, yeah, it was different, so add it to the favorites. And for the minimum temperature, again, fill color, and now select that color there, okay? Add it to the favorites, and we're done. There we go. If we press preview now, you'll see what we have here. So I think this is coming along quite nice, I would say. So let's proceed, and here I shall be heading the current weather. So for that you need to have an image set. So image sets can show collections of images that represent something. in this case, we want to represent the current weather state. So here I'll select the weather data type for the image tag, and we can generate it, or rather we could if we went with the 11 images version. And let me show you here. So I press generate. Facemaker has 2 fonts that can generate the images for us, okay? And we could do this. I mean, you can see what it does. And I don't know, maybe I might go with it. Let me try this one. You know what? This might work. Let me try the images on the library. So let's go into the library. I know I have several collections here we can use. So let's zoom in and see. And don't worry about the colors, okay? I can first resize it. And I believe I'll go with this one. I like this set. Okay. Well, okay. Let's try and center it the best we can. So I'm trying to go through all the images and see how they will look, just to get a centered look on all the images like that, and we can lock it also. This will help us, and I might even use the colors, the original colors. Well, okay, let's go with this one, okay? I think this one is perfect. Okay, so I think this is coming along quite nicely, I would say. We can lock everything we have up until now. And now let's take care of the steps, calories, and heart rate, I think. Let me take a look at the reference. The step count, phone level, and watch level. I won't go with this, so we might use another method here. So the battery, we can use some sort of level indicator here. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that. So here I'll have the steps. So let's start adding artistic texts, and here I'll define steps. And since we use the those fonts for the weather, now the setting is gone because text can use those fonts, okay? But this is easy. All we have to do is scroll down, and there we go. So I'll match the color on the right. Oh, the one on the right, okay? I don't know how the reference does it. Well, it has totally different colors. So I might go with that. The first one being that orange color. Okay, this is not bad. Oh, the lettering should be here, and it's black, I believe. Yeah, that's it. So let's call it steps and go with the black color. Make it smaller. And I believe this is done. Let me zoom out. And yeah, this is perfect. Just 1 pixel to the right. Clone it. Push it down. There we go. And this one will be kcal for calories. And clone it. Push it down. And this one will be pulse. So I want to achieve the same width with the lettering because it will look better, okay? So this is now done, and we can now add widgets here. So a new container, set it to steps. There we go. And then add a image combo. And this image combo will press generate, and now it's black. Oh, by the way, the usual container. Okay, so you have to set it first, and I always forget. So there we go. This is kind of small for someone to click, but that's all the space we have. So because we'll need another container for the calories and another one for the heart rate, and each one of them will act as a actual shortcut. Okay, so calories, let's pick it and try to match the same placement like that. And okay, so let's match the heights. So this one is 3203 by 30. So 203 by 30. There we go. So we need to move it down. There we go. And okay, finally the heart rate container. So container, sorry. So heart rate, there we go. And now we place it, we scale it, and we're done with almost all the containers for this watch face. And believe it or not, we're almost at the end of it, I think. So this is 30 and 203, if I remember correctly. So all the containers are placed here the same size and exactly located in the correct spot. So I'll first start by lock them, and then here I'll unlock the steps image combo, and we'll get back to it. So press generate. And now I will try, I think I will use this color here on the right. It will look better. The reference doesn't have such a use of colors, so they went with different colors, but I won't do that. I want this to be, you know, have some, oops, oh, darn, sorry, this is not it. So I aligned it to the right, and then I rotated it, and I want to push it to the right. And if you noticed, it's located more or less the same spot, I guess. Now it is. Okay. So we need to use the same font size. Okay. And we'll try. Okay, I like it. I think it looks good. So let's have the image combo for the calories. Press generate and try to match the Y positioning. Push it to the left, and we'll try to match the steps. So there we go. So now we need to fetch that color there, and I believe it's this one. Yeah. Let me just take a look, and yes, I believe it will look much better. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's go with this choice. And here on the heart rate, we'll add another image combo and select heart rate and press generate. Align it to the right, and it's as easy as adding widgets, generating the images, and you're done. Just like that, okay? And now let's set the color. And I believe no, it's not this one. And not this one. So we'll have to pick it, no problem. There we go. It's a slightly different color. So, okay. I think we're done with those. If we press preview, you'll see what we have here. Now I want to add some fun parts of this watch face. So here I want to add an animation. If you notice here, you have all these numbers. I don't know if they move in the original watch face, but I want to make them move, okay? And for that, here on the background, I'll add a frame-by-frame widget, and then I will import an animated GIF I prepared earlier. So I went and got this from the internet. And there we go. Now, if you notice, we have those numbers we need. So, but right now we have a lot of stuff all around. We need to cut it off, okay? So for that, we have several methods we can use. We could use the crop effect here, and then cut it to size. So right here, we could cut the width and move it to the right or left the way we needed it. But I won't use this method. I will go with another one that should be easier for you. So we have a method here that is called crop to canvas. And what it does is it cuts everything that's outside the canvas. So in order to achieve what we want, all we need to do is not resize it, sorry. Push it to the left, just like that, until we have only that animation there, okay? And then we do a crop to canvas. And there we go, it's cut. So if we move it to the right, you'll notice that we only have that. And now let's push it to the top. Now let's put it somewhere in there, push it to the top. Right there. And now let's do crop to canvas. And there we go. And now we'll move it to the bottom. So we're basically removing everything that's outside the canvas. The watch canvas, that is. So right there. And now crop to canvas. And finally, so minus 200 more or less. And now move it to the right. More or less there, and crop to canvas. So now we have only what we need, but there's a problem. We have all this transparent pixels. We need to remove them. So for that, just go there and select crop to content. And there we go. Now we can use just this part here, okay? And we might need to remove more. No, we definitely need to remove more. Okay, that's not a problem. Now we can do this with the crop effect. So we can now just move it up. So on the Y. And this is way too much. So let me see here. Oh no, we need to move it down first. So place it where we want it, just like that. And we might go and cut it on the bottom instead. Let me see here. So yeah, we'll cut it on the top and then remove some of the height. So let's go and do this. Just like that. And this should be perfect. We can apply now. And if we press lock it and press play, and this is moving way too fast, I'll make it slower. So make every frame last 100 milliseconds. And we might even go higher. So 150 and press play. And I believe we're almost there. Let's go with 200. And there we go. I think this is absolutely perfect, and it will serve our purpose. So I might push it to the left and see what we have here. And yeah, it looks good because now it's flush with this part here, right there. So yeah, this is perfect. Now I want another animation for the bottom part. So it will imitate the pulse or the heart rate. And for that I have another animated GIF. So I'll add a frame by frame and upload. And I'll use this one, this animation here. So this is comprised of 102 frames. So usually we wouldn't be able to use it because there's just too many images. So if I press here the preview, you'll see we have too many images. The animation itself looks gorgeous. So if I show it to you here, we'll hide the widget and the time widgets. There we go. So first we can resize it, but first we need to make it smaller. We need less frames. So for that we'll use this feature here, the optimize animation. So press it and Facemaker will remove every other frame. So okay, and now you can see that we have half of the frames. So press play. It will move faster. Okay, so keep that in mind. But it has half the frames. Now I'll do it again. So optimize animation, and we now have 26. So now this should be almost perfect for us. So I believe I'll go with this choice. I'll go with 26 images, but I'll make it move slower. So 200. Press play. No, this is too much. I guess it was 100 before. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so now we need to make it much smaller. So let's go and start resizing it. We'll need to crop it. We might use the same technique we used before, but we basically need to put it here. So it will go on this space here, okay? So let me see here. Yeah, this should work. So now I'll put it on the top and move it just so we have what we need on canvas. Everything we need to cut will be outside, okay? So it's more or less the same method we used before. So something like this. We might go with another square there. Yeah, like this. Okay, so now we crop to canvas. There we go. Now we need to move it downwards. So let's go and insert 400. So it's on the bottom. Now we need to pull it up. We need to see where we can cut it. So we can cut it here, okay? Well, now let's move it down right there and just select crop to canvas. And there we go. And now we can finally crop the content. And this is now cut to size, and we can use it there. But right now it's too tall. We need to make it thinner. So let's disable the aspect ratio here and make it smaller. Something like that. And put it there, okay? We need to resize it still and go ahead and lock it. Okay, and now tweak the height. Okay. 42. Okay, so now let's press preview. And and this is perfect, I would say. So right now we have it resized, but the images itself, or the images, aren't resized. So we need to press this button, apply transformations, and we're all done. So this is the final dimensions here. Okay, so let me just take a look. I think we can crop it further because we need to make the watch face smaller. So I think I will go with a crop the canvas, so make it the same size as the canvas, and now I'll select to sphere. And if we take a look at the frames now here, you'll see they were cut exactly to the shape of the watch. And now I can do a crop to content. And there we go. Now it's cut exactly here. And just what we need, okay? So this is now done. I think I will edit the color. And for that we have the hue effect. Let's try and match one of those with one of those colors there. Well, we need a different color from this one because it's too much orange here. So, no, not green. Let's go back. We might use that one. Okay, I think I'll go with this one. Okay, so I'll apply all, and this is now done. Okay, and we can proceed. This way, this won't be so obvious also, because we need to have animations, but we can't make them the center of everything. So when you look, you have to read the watch immediately. I don't like watch faces that have a lot of animations, a lot of distractions. I like watch faces that have that you can read immediately when you look at it. Okay, so right now I am seeing something that I don't like here. So this animation here is going above this shape here. So let me see what we can do. I might apply a color to alpha. So there we go. And select the black color. And now increase the threshold, and there we go. Now it's practically invisible, the black, as you can see here. And it can go above that shape there, and you won't see it. And the animation works just the same, okay? We just remove part of the black color from the background, okay? So this is now done. I think we can show everything else. We go in here and, whoa, what happened to our image combos? Oh, okay, it's back. Okay, so now I think I just need to add the battery here. And the battery is very easy. So I'll just add a container. And here I'll set it to battery. And now I'll just add a, let's say, an image set. Okay. I was going to add a line, but I prefer the image set because, or rather, maybe not. I think I'll go with a line instead. So let's go with a line, select battery and press generate. So in Facemaker you can create most of the lines, circles, image sets, everything you can generate in Facemaker, okay? You don't have to use Photoshop or any other editor, external editor for that. So I am going to place it here just so it matches that shape there. And now make it thinner. something like this. If we press play, well, it will grow. But this is not what I wanted. Okay, let's not go with the battery line. I will instead go with an image set. And you'll see why in just a minute. So battery and press generate. So here we can generate a line, either vertical or horizontal, just like that, okay? So it's exactly the same, but it's made from a image set. There we go. We need to match the height, so let's do that. And this should be enough. Okay, let's move it to the right and match that star coordinate there. And now make it smaller. And now I'll show you why I went with an image set. So right now we have an image set that grows like this, okay? And this is composed of 11 images, as you can see there. But I wanted it to be to have sections here, to be separated. And for that you can use this. There we go. And now I think it looks much better. Well, I don't know. I think it looks better, so I'll keep it. Okay, so right now this is done, but we need to inform what this is. And for that, I am going to put something here that identifies that widget. I thought about adding the word the lithium. So oh, the goddamn container. I have to set it every time. But well, we can do it. There we go. Unlock it, and now go here. This was the battery container. Yeah, it was. So this is correct. We can now go back into the lettering, the lithium lettering. I'm not sure I'll use it, because if it goes outside the watch canvas, we can't use it. So, about the size. I'm not really sure. Well, this is obviously too large, and this is too small. So, yeah, I won't go with this. I would love to have the word the lithium somewhere in here. And we could have it, I guess. Let me see here. Perhaps if we put it here. I guess we could have it here. And then make the image set smaller. Well, I don't know. I think I'm wasting too much time with this. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the lithium lettering there. There you go. Yes, I think this will work, and we'll remake this this image set. I'll move it to the right there, and make it thinner. So like this, okay? And don't worry about the lettering, we'll be resizing it in just a second. I'll just need to finish this image set. There we go. And now the lettering. Okay, let's take care of it. Move it to the left. We need to have the same spacing here, okay? And let's lock it, make it smaller, move it up. And this is kind of weird. I can't seem to match the size. Let's try with the other font. It might behave better with different font sizes. So Well, now I am not so sure about the lithium part. I'm so sorry, I am losing so much time here with this. But I guess I will go with it. It doesn't really matter, I guess. It's just, you know, just a detail. Just a detail that is not that important. But I'll keep it. I think I like the word the lithium there. And yeah. Okay, let's use it. And you can see now that our watch face is nearly done. I forgot to put those 2 dots there, and I'll do just that. Artistic text, 2 dots, rather, sorry. And it's here, but it's extremely small. So make it larger. Don't mind about the size here. We'll fix it in just a second. And now let's lock it. And I don't know, call it 2 dots. And now let's give it that same color there. There we go. And our watch face is done. Let's press preview. How great is that? I mean, I think it looks great. And this watch face is finished. We just need to first merge all these images and then use those images on the always on display here. Okay, so right now let's do that. Let me see here. Now the lithium, yeah, we'll put it on the background. The frame by frame in the animations won't go into the always on display, of course. So we'll start by converting all these into images. Otherwise we can't merge them, and this is why I am converting them, these artistic texts, into images. There we go. Here, okay, convert to image. Let me see here. So all these we can merge, and these we can trash the reference now, we don't need it. And these are all those shapes we created, so I think I'm gonna start by merging them first. Because I'll need them for the always on display, just the shapes. I don't need these steps, kcals, pulse, and all that, I mean, or the atmospheric process, for that matter, but I'll see how it looks, and if it's needed, we'll add it. So we're almost done, and there we go, all merged into one single image. But now I need to crop the canvas first, and then I'll do the sphere for good measure. So now all the images are merged, as you can see them here. The background will be transparent and will show black, okay, on the watch. So we don't need to create a black image and merge it. The LCARS, I want it. So here, right there, okay? And the logo also. So we can merge it too. So we have that. And I think all the rest. Okay, let's use this image for the always on display. So here, let me just collapse this because we have too many layers here. So I'll add a background just like we have on the normal watch face. And now I'll simply select this one and press Ctrl C, select the background container and press Ctrl V. And now we have this, okay? And I believe this is all we need. Or rather not. I want to display the lithium. Yeah, I want to display the lithium also, so the battery. So for that, I am going to delete this one, and here we'll go back into the main watch face, and I will merge this with the background image. So add, and there we go. This is now merged. perfect. So I believe that everything else is either animations or something we don't need on the always on display. This one we need. It's the 2 dots that separates the hours and minutes. And I shouldn't clone it, but rather I should merge. But why can't I? Oh, it's still an artistic text. So we have to convert to image. There we go. And now we can add. And now it's headed onto the main background image. And everything else, it's just texts, I think, that we don't need on the always on display. So I can merge them with each other, just like that. And okay, so we have them in separate, so as you can see. And now we need this one on the always on display. So Control C and paste it here, and there we go. And I want it to be a single color, okay? But right now the problem is if I had a grayscale effect, we will have different tones of gray. Well, they're almost undetectable, I think, but you can notice a difference here. So I want them to be the same tone, okay? And for that, we could apply a fill color. The problem is we have this LCARS and the symbol, which are black. And if I apply a fill color, they will be invisible, okay? So we don't want that. We want to first remove all black from this image. So let's go here and add a color to alpha and select the black color here and increase the threshold. Just like that, okay? And now I am sure that this part here and this are invisible. And there you go. So now I can apply this effect, go and apply all, and then finally I can have the fill color. And there we go. And now I'll go with a dark gray sorts, something like this. It should be very dark for an always on display, okay? And now for the always on display time, I will add, of course, a time main container on the always on display. Come in here and simply select all these right there. Oh, and I need the AM PM also. So shift select right there, Control C, select the time container on the always on display, Control V. And now I need to make them, well, grayscale, I guess. So let me try here. Just going to apply a grayscale and it should work. So last grayscale. Oops, I think I even, yeah. So last grayscale. And you can select always the last effect that we applied to the other widget. So right there. So now we have just the hours and minutes. There are, you know, highlighted. And when you look at the always on display, you will see the hours and minutes better. And now we need the power here, the lithium level. So for that, let's go into the widget main container. Here I will copy this, so Control C, and here on the always on display, I will have a widget container, set it to widget, or rather battery, and now we can resize it. Let's zoom in and resize this container here. It doesn't really matter because it won't work as a shortcut. The always on display doesn't have that. So now we can copy it onto this main container here. So Control C, or rather, let's clone it instead. We have a clone, and now we can move it upwards and drop it there. Okay. I can't really see it. I don't know why. Well, this is awkward. Oh, it's there. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me explain. So it is there. As you can see, when I over the layer here, you'll see that it becomes highlighted. So it's there. The problem is that it's showing the first frame, which is an empty frame, okay? If I press Shift and scroll the mouse wheel, you can see all the frames will show up. So now I can lock it and apply a grayscale, perhaps. And there we go. And I believe this is now finished. Press preview. And voila! This is the LCARS watch face for the Huawei Watch GT3. I wanted to create this watch face and make a video out of it because I think that is a simple watch face that it's very easy for you to create. So this is a watch face that you, as a newbie, when you're starting to play with Facemaker, this is an ideal watch face to create because you only have to create shapes. You don't have to, they're simple colors. You don't have to apply shadows and all that. So I believe this is a perfect example for a newbie to start working with Facemaker. So that's it, the LCARS watch face for the Huawei GT3. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, please. I really need you to subscribe my channel. And yeah, I hope you like this video. We'll be making a lot of them from now on, so I hope you keep coming back and watching them, okay? So thank you very much, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!